CBA predicts rate cuts. Let's have a look. Good evening, everyone. Florian here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your hashtag not sponsored coffee, and let's have a look at this article about the CBA predicting interest rate cuts. Now, I'm sure all of us are watching the cash rate for several reasons. There are some people who may be stretched a little bit too far and are hoping for an interest rate cut. There are others who, and I would hazard I'd bet a carton that this is the majority of viewers, that enjoy the schadenfreude of the whole situation, particularly, well, let's just say some people learning some valuable life lessons not to trust the media's predictions or what the RBA said. But we'll have to see if how it all plays out, guys. So let's check out this article here. This is from Yahoo Finance. So apparently, Tim Casito is going to tell us the exact day that the rates will be cut, according to the Commonwealth Bank. So the exact day CBA predicts the RBA will cut interest rates, or they will cut the interest rate target, which will flow through to the banks. For those of you playing at home, guys, we're sitting at a 4.1% cash rate. And regulars will know, everyone knows that the media reported on RBA statements saying they expected the cash rate to stay at 0.1% until 2024. And last time I checked, it's still 2023, although it does seem to be going by real quick. And, well, it hasn't obviously stayed at 0.1% until that time. So a lot of people, because I'm there thinking, why would you, hang on, nope. There we go. Why would you be surprised that rates are going to go up? You'd be planning for it. Of course it was going to happen. It won't stay at 0.1. So, okay, your plans have just gotten pulled forward years. But many people wanting to use these years of low rates to just decimate, or hopefully more than decimate, attack and destroy a large portion of their mortgage. So when rates lifted up, they'd be ahead. So they wouldn't be paying as much interest as they are now. So let's check this one out. CBA believes the cash rate has now peaked. So they're saying the peak is at 4.1% and is expecting the Reserve Bank of Australia to cut rates early next year. The major bank is anticipating the RBA will cut rates for the first time in its meeting on the 19th of March 2024. Now, we're not going to see 0.1% rates again. I would be shocked if we see that in our lifetimes. And by our lifetimes, I mean, and the rest of you that are, geriatric millennials entering your 40s, I don't know if we'll see it again. Honestly, we'll be old bastards talking to our grandkids when they're paying $20 for a 7-Eleven coffee. And it used to be $1 back in my day. We used to have this thing called dial-up, and we bought our internet by the hour. We'd have 20 hours a month. Let me know in the comments if you remember that. Oh, I already feel old talking to the kids. It's crazy, isn't it? While the RBA is likely to hold the cash rate at 4.1% for an extended period, we expect it will start lowering interest rates in March next year to 3.1% by the end of 2024, in response to a slowing economy, inflation closer to target, and a softer labour market, CBA chief economist Stephen Halmerick said. Okay, so if we jump over to the left screen here. So they're predicting it going to 3.1%. So that would be about a 1% decrease from 6.59. So let's say you're on 6.59, and this is the average New South Wales mortgage, and you're going down to 5.59. All things being equal, you're looking at a negative 10% increase in your mortgage repayment. So you're going down from $5,000 a month to $4,500 a month. So $60,000 to $56,000, $6,000 a year, which isn't an amount to be scoffed at. $500 a month, it's not as much of the grocery bill for us as it used to be. We used to be able to get a quarter beast for close to that. Now, probably not, but it's a lot of good, decent meat. Five times filling the tank, if you get it lucky. 5 times filling the tank. How many cartons of smokes is that, guys? 2, maybe? I remember because my memory of these prices of things that I never consume is like from my childhood or when I first moved out, when I worked at Woolies during high school. And I was shocked when I found out the price of a carton of cigarettes is the equivalent of a mortgage repayment on some houses. That was when interest rates were 0.1%, but still. Okay, so we can see that if you're going from 1.99 and by the end of 2024, okay, so this would be my scenario. I'd be going off 1.99 to probably just the standard. If I was going to fix again for another 4 years, I'd still see, and I think a lot of you will be in the same boat, a 55% increase in the mortgage repayments. Okay, but what we're paying here in interest is going to be similar to what we had a few years ago. So this is returning to normal. Having a cash rate sitting at about 3.1%, that's not crazy, everyone. You shouldn't be scared about that. That's going to be normal. I would be shocked. Well, I tell you, I expect it to sit between 3 and 4%, to move between there. You want it to be nice and boring and just steadily do nothing. You want to think, what are these people getting paid for? That's what you want. A 1% interest rate cut would save a borrower with a 7% interest rate and a $600,000 home loan taken out over 30 years, $395 a month in their repayments. Yep. CBA's latest household spending insights index, based on payments data from approximately 7 million customers, found Aussies were continuing to tighten their belts following the RBA's 12 interest rate hikes. Now, as I said, we're going to see people cut back on discretionary spending. What I would like to see is, once we start seeing little Jimmy and little Timmy getting pulled out of sports, getting pulled out of dance lessons. The reason why you're seeing so many more of these in my video, the hashtag not sponsored coffees from the 7-Eleven up the road, is because we've gone to a different dance school now. We've gone from a homeschooling dance school to a normie one. So now we're having to go to classes after normal school time, which works out really well because, it's really close and I can get a coffee on the way. And I can convince one of the kids, I'll make him a deal. I'll buy you a large slushie if you clean the whole house when you get home. There you go. It works. But that's what we need to find some data on, everyone. People taking away those experiences from their kids, because then it's going to get real. That's getting real tough. People pulling them out of private school, sending them to public school, because that's a big cost. So we'll have to see. Let me know if you know anywhere we can get that data. I might need to do some digging. Spending growth declined nationally to just 1.3% in the year to July, down from a peak of 18.2% in August 22. Monetary policy is now restrictive, and financial conditions will continue to tighten in the months ahead on the lagged effect of RBA interest rate increases and the fixed-rate mortgage refinancing task, Holmberg said. We continue to expect household spending to weaken further over the remainder of 23 and 24. I think we're going to see a two-speed economy. You're going to see some people that are impacted by all of this and other sectors that are just going to be pushing on like there's no difference. So RBA to cut the number of meetings. Yep, we're aware of this. From 2024, the board will only meet 8 times a year instead of 11 to set interest rates. 4 of the meetings will occur on the first Tuesday of February, May, August, November, while the remainder will be held midway between those dates. Those dates being March 19th, June 18th, September 20th, 4th, and December 10th. Put those in your calendar, lads. The meetings will typically start on the Monday afternoon and then continue to the Tuesday morning, with any rate announcements to take place on Tuesday afternoon. The RBA governor will also hold a press conference after every board meeting to explain the interest rate decision. It's insane that doesn't happen, or that hasn't happened, isn't it? It's just it's just crazy to think that wouldn't happen. They are among a large number of changes which have been made in response to the RBA review, which was released in April. Yeah, their communication really need to work. They need to talk to people about these decisions. A new wave of mortgage stress is coming. It comes as more than 1 million Aussies face a mortgage cliff as they roll off low fixed-rate home loans. We've discussed this. I think the drama surrounding it is more exciting than the reality of it, to be quite honest. It's a slow-moving situation, and we're not like America, okay? People look at the GFC and think, okay, America, look at it all collapsing. People couldn't afford to pay their mortgage. In America, you had people getting mortgages they couldn't even afford to get them in the first place. Here in Australia, you may have a few brokers fudging the numbers on some paperwork, but you still need to have your shit together to get a mortgage. Over there, you had a pulse and an ideological position. You were given a mortgage. It's kind of really sad when you think about it, that as pissed off as we can be with our leaders and our politicians and the bureaucratic adventure that it is living in Australia, the Americans in some regards have it so much worse. They really do. Oh. So, roughly 880,000 fixed-rate mortgages are expected to come to an end this year, with another 450,000 set to expire in 2024. New Finder analysis found borrowers who took out a 2-year fixed-rate loan in 21 at the near rock bottom, 2.21%, could see their repayments skyrocket by $1,677 per month based on today's average home loan rate of 7.06% and a $580,000 home loan. According to Finder, a staggering 40% of Aussie mortgage holders said they were struggling to pay their home loan in August. Yeah, could that just be the Finder sample data? I mean, here's the thing. The survey sizes they have, or the pools, are statistically significant, but they're no different to the ones that I get on my channel putting a survey up. And if anything, it just shows you how different my viewers are to the mean or the average Aussie that's in these Finder surveys. Well, let's have a chat about all this, guys. So, what do you reckon? 2024, end of the year, rates down to 3.1% for the cash rate. Are you ready for it? You think it'll happen? How many of you that have locked in your mortgage will pop out the other end through all this craziness, and rates will probably be close to what you were used to before? Yeah. Does that make you a financial genius? That's when you start the Facebook courses and sell all these scammy bullshit things on YouTube to people. Anyway, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. If you're a fan of the channel, outro button. If you're a fan of the channel, check out HeiseBim or HeiseDoes. I promise I will put content up there eventually. I'm just flat out at the moment, guys. Right now, I've got a lot of work on, and I'm exhausted. So, that's why I'm sticking to one video a day at the moment. You can support us via our referral links, YouTube or Patreon, buy our merch. We still have some pocket squares left, or call us if you need an architect. As always, take care, guys. Have a great day. I'll see you later.